You can see this piece of wood covering up the hole in the door where the burglar was able to break in. I just watched some firefighters put out a fire in that charred spot right there, but this is a lot of what they're dealing with. You can see the wind is just really blowing really hard here, and the smoke is so thick it just burns the eyes. But over there, these guys have been putting up with this for days. A trip up the staircase is like a trip through time because all these stones, they were taken from Turkey Mountain, and they reveal a little bit more of the mountain stratigraphy. And some stones even have fossilized seashells. The fire department says this is still a dangerous scene because these walls could actually collapse at any moment now that the wooden structure that used to support them has been burned away. I want to start by showing you a very rare sight. If you look down there at I-244, there's not a single car on that span of the interstate. This tree, it is massive. You can see the roots just towering over me here, and it's stretching out towards the street. Car coming through, I'm gonna go ahead and clear the roadway so they can make it through. And you can see that those objects aren't really stopping anybody. People are just kind of running over them. In fact, I'm gonna pick them up and throw them out of the roadway right now. And Pryor covering news that matters. Catherine James, Fox 23 News. For 24 hours straight, the St. Jude community from across Green Country worked to make a little boy's backyard dream come true. 4-year-old Hudson Schoen has been battling cancer for the past 2 years, but Sunday morning, he and his 6-year-old brother, Houston, walked outside to see a brand new playground complete with swings, a slide, and even a baseball diamond. Welcome to Hudson Field.
It just sounds kind of wild to be able to build something overnight, and I mean, the boys went to bed last night and then woke up to this dream playground.
Jay Cobb started St. Jude Marathon Build 4 years ago.
When a child is fighting cancer, and it's such a hard battle, it's one of these things that we feel like we can give back to them to let them to become kids again, and let them be able to enjoy something right here in their backyard and be able to just go out and see it and just be a reminder of there's people that love you.
The Schoens say the new playground isn't the only good news for Hudson.
We did scans and we got the great news that he is NED, so no evidence of disease.
Yes.
And so cancer-free right now.
They say it's all thanks to St. Jude.
It's everything that they say it is.
The Schoens plan to continue monitoring Hudson's condition.
We still are in this battle, we are still in this fight.
And praying for the best. Rick, I first introduced you to Brooke Kerr when covering the Amazing Games in Owasso. Today, Brooke finished her very first half marathon, an effort that took years of preparing for. But when she crossed that finish line, you'd have thought she runs marathons all the time. Step by step, putting one foot in front of the other, with family and friends cheering.
Oh, yes. Nice, strong finish.
That's how Brooke Kerr and her trainer, Starla Potter, crossed the finish line of the Oklahoma City Memorial Half Marathon, conquering 13 miles.
It was good. It was great.
It was tough.
It was tough.
But it was good. We had tons of people cheering us on.
Brooke and Starla traveled the 120 miles from Owasso to run, but crossing the finish line was far more than a conquest of distance.
I have cerebral palsy, and just because you have a physical challenge, you can still do things. It might take you a little bit longer. It took me a little over 3 hours to do, but I still finished it, and I finished it strong.
That's after having more than 20 corrective surgeries to help her not just walk, but run.
We've been together for over 2 years. She's 80 pounds down. This was one of her goals, and she fought hard to achieve it.
The Memorial Run is to remember the 168 lives taken in the Oklahoma City bombing. On April 19, 1995, after 9:03 a.m., we showed that Oklahomans could not be defeated. When Brooke crossed the Memorial Marathon finish line, she proved the same.
Never give up.
Brooke says her next goal is to start preparing to run a full marathon, but for now, she's celebrating. Now, it's been a long day. I was at that start line at 6 this morning, but it was worth it to see Brooke cross that finish line.